Hi guys, I hope you're well and welcome to episode number 9 of Ask Keith Mills. Super pumped and excited today. As you can imagine, we've got the Finish More Music Mastermind community launching tomorrow. If you've been following that, you've taken the free Kickstart course and so on and registered your interest, you'll be getting an email to find out about it first tomorrow. If you've got no idea what I'm talking about at all, you can find out underneath this video by clicking on the link. So anyway, I'll contain myself. Let's get on with the questions. First up, we've got a question from Steve Morris. Steve says, if you look at the screen capture, I've duplicated some of my percussion sounds. I've done this to pan the sounds in the stereo field so that they are not all dead center. Is this a good way of doing it, or is there a simpler way? Hi Steve, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you back making music again. So from the screenshot, what I can see is you've duplicated your claps, your hi-hats and your snares, and maybe there's some percussion off the screen as well. Then you've panned those an equal way left and right, each duplicate. So first of all, the question is, have you done anything to make that left and right different? Because if they are just the same sound duplicated, one panned left, say 15, and one pan right 15, you've got exactly the same as you had when you started. You've got to make the left and right different because that's what gives us stereo width. So that could be by nudging the time, for example, adding a bit of distortion, changing the sample, changing the pitch, any of those things. So you use the term panning. You're quite right, you have panned it, but really what you're achieving here is stereo width. Now that is good, but I wouldn't do it to too many elements at once because it kind of loses the effect a little bit. And remember, the center of your mix is where sounds have their most power. So you might, for example, have the snares just panned dead center, not duplicated at all, and maybe widen your claps and one set of your hi-hats. Then with your percussion, again, rather than duplicating that and widening it, why not just pan the different types of percussion around so they stay in very precise places in the stereo field. That way you'll get the best of all worlds. Hope that helps. Okay, next up it's Kelv Dominic. So Kelv says, I've been using toms in my tracks a lot lately. I'm just wondering, when mixing them with a kick and bass, what's the general rules or tips? Hi Kelv, how's it going, buddy? You're fast becoming a superstar of the show. Third question, absolute legend, mate. So regarding your question, a few things to look out for here. Your tom sounds most likely will have quite a defined pitch, so you might want to think about tuning those to the certainly the bass and maybe the kick drum as well, so that they all sit better together. Now I don't know how far down you've got them in your mix, how low in frequency, but let's say you've still got them sitting over 100 Hertz. Your bass and your kick should be fine, and mix those as usual. One thing I would say though when you're mixing these things together is watch your note lengths. It's something that people often forget. If you tighten up the note lengths, a couple of things will happen. A, you'll get more clarity because the body of the sounds and the tail of the sounds aren't taking up as much space and competing with each other. And B, you often find little tweaks to the note lengths, the decays, will give you a better groove. I like using these sounds, and that's one of the first things that I always go for. Hope it helps. Can't wait to hear your next tune. Okay, our final question is from Ashish. Ashish asks, have I got any tips for overcoming buying more and more gear and plugins? Is there a way to overcome these acquisition habits and focus more on musical ideas? Ashish, how's it going? Awesome question. This is a real tough one because the entire market is now geared up to make every plugin and every kind of write-up look as sexy as possible. Every single week there's a new compressor 2 million billion that's better than the one that was out last week. Now my way of handling it is I've just got bored of it. You know, I'm fed up of it now. Every single week something new that's going to revolutionize the way that I mix or the sound of my track. So I'm kind of old enough and long enough in the tooth not to care, but I know certainly when you first start out that it's really exciting, all of this gear. So I'm guessing you bought quite a few things by that question. Here's a little thing that you might find useful. Let's say you've got a few compressors. grab the stock one that comes in your DAW, stick it on your drum bus or on a sound you want to process, and tweak it and get the best possible sound you can. Turn it off, then get your super duper dog's bollocks 2 million compressor and stick that on, and do exactly the same with that. Now the trick here is to map a key, whether it's MIDI or a key on your keyboard, to the on off of both of these, so you can instantly alternate between super duper dog's bollocks and standard DAW. Now with your eyes shut, you're going to tap the button until you've lost track of which one you're actually listening to, and then go A, B, A, and see if you can pick which one sounds the best. Try it with a few of your different compressors. If you can't really tell, or you can hear a difference but you don't know which one you like more, you can pretty quickly get the gist that you're throwing your money down the toilet. It's a great way to really assess exactly what you've got and what you're doing, and it might give you a bit of a reality check. Maybe not, maybe you'll get it every time and you'll just be happy as Larry increasing your collection. All the best though. Okay, so that's it for episode 9. Thanks very much for watching, and a special thank you to everyone who sent in a question. I am super pumped, super excited. We've got the launch tomorrow of the Finish More Music Mastermind community. If you've got any questions about it at all, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on YouTube, drop me an email, or if you're just as pumped and excited as I am about it, say hello in some way. So until next week, guys, take care. I look forward to seeing you for episode number 10.